Hi, this is BJ from Digital Mind. I'm just shooting a short video on how to create long-lasting relationships with freelancers. The first point I'd like to cover with you is the importance of having a structure for finding them. And the first element I'd like to cover with you in regard to that is to write a very clear, specific brief. A brief is good enough if it is difficult to misunderstand and has enough information for freelancers to estimate how much work needs to be done. Secondly, shortlist the applicants that's coming through. For instance, if you have 100 applications, it might make sense for you to narrow it down to 5 or 10 that meets your requirements. And then ask probing questions to the ones that are left. For instance, if you're hiring graphic designers, it makes sense to ask each of them what they do to design to maximize conversions. And finally, if you're still unsure which freelancers to go with, try to offer test assignments. For instance, if you are hiring a writer, it might be an idea to ask for 500 words on a given topic. Secondly, focus on the communication. Ask yourself, what is the best way to communicate for you? You might be an email person, so that might be the way to go, or Skype might work better. Secondly, listen and be open to suggestions, particularly if you are hiring someone that is more of a specialist than what you are. There might be adjustments to the brief that could result in a better outcome for you. Which takes me to the next point, which is being willing to admit error. It can be really good for freelancers to feel that they are being listened to and that they are working with someone that is flexible. And being willing to admit when you have stuffed up can really make the communication a lot easier. And also when you're giving feedback in particular, try to give compliments. Because if you're replying with a long list of this needs to be improved, this needs to be improved, this needs to be adjusted, then adding a few words or paragraphs about what it is that you really like can give the freelancer a more balanced impression of what you actually feel about the project. And finally, try to find out what motivates each freelancer. Some are motivated by pleasing their clients, others might be motivated by the actual work that they are doing. And others, yet again, might be motivated by money. When you know what motivates the freelancers that you're working with, it's easier for you to over deliver. Thirdly, hire for specific reasons. Now, first time, of course, you hire for qualifications. However, second time you're working with someone, you might have noticed some ability in the way that they're working. For instance, you might be working with a freelancer that is updating databases for you, but the person is very diligent and you might like to progress into internet research that you need to get done. So that is an opportunity that you can exploit. And finally, experience is not everything. A lot of applications that can come through freelance profile can come from people that do not have the right background to receive what you can define as an ordinary job, and they're looking for an opportunity to delve into something. And this could be an opportunity for you as an employer to really find good qualified people. 4. Always pay more than money. Now, the easiest way for you to overpay a freelancer is to quite simply be professional by being prepared, because it can save the freelancer a lot of time, which then means that the money that they're making on an hourly base actually is more by working with you. Also offer support and guidance. For instance, if anything is being unclear, try to clarify it in as many ways as possible until the freelancer understands it. And also try to show long-term values by quite simply not discarding the freelancer as someone doing a one-time job. And 5, try to give detailed instructions. Learn the job you outsource if you can. Now, of course, that is within reason. If you're outsourcing complicated database work or web design, of course, it's not something that you need to learn the detail of. However, it can really help you understand what the freelancer is going through, and it can allow you to better communicate and get the work that you want. So the general advice that I tend to give is to start by being overly detail focused and then adjust the relationship as it evolves. You're only able to understand the detail if you have a solid understanding of the work. So that goes back to my first point. 6. Be informal. Freelancers are not working 9 to 5, so try to adjust accordingly. Find out what type of person that you're working with and adjust your style to that person. I've worked with people that have been very formal, and I've worked with people that have been very lax, that have almost had a personal tone in their way of communicating. So you need to be able to deal with all of them to get the work that you're after. 7. Be flexible. Your work is not the most important thing. Freelancers also have lives, and long term, it's quite simply a better strategy to be nice. If something is happening in their life, for instance, there could be a crisis, there could be other important things that are in the way. If you quite simply try to be understanding, you will end up having a better outcome long term. Okay, that is about it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, just go to digitalmind.com.